All right, y'all, here we go. This is my course on how to be a bad bitch after leaving the ex-narcissist. So, never thought I would make this course, but here I am. So, the rebuilding and the restructuring and the reviving that you have to do after leaving the narcissist is monumental. And even though it's a big task, the work ahead of you, in a way, is a gift because you are restructuring yourself in a way that you want, and you can do it any way you want, and you can be whoever you want to be. You can have the identity you want to have. You can choose to be any type of person that you want to be, and it's all up to you, and you have that freedom. You have a freedom that you realize really you had all along, but you're just now letting yourself do it. And the thing about narcissists, as we know, is that they bind themselves to you through mirroring your personality and mirroring your characteristics and your behavior and your beliefs and your hobbies and stuff like that, and they copy all that, right? So in order to have you thinking that the two of y'all have something in common when really you don't, because you're not a damn maniac and they are. So the narcissist screws up your identity in that way. They screw it up for you by twisting it. So what you have to do is put yourself back together after they shatter you. And even though you are or have been at rock bottom after the narcissist, and you have been completely shattered and completely broken and completely in a million pieces about it, the good news is that you can, well, first of all, the good news is the only way is up. The only way you can go now is up. But also, by extension, the good news is also that you can choose anything you want to do now. You can choose your path. You can choose who you want to be. You can choose the type of person you want to be. You can choose how you're going to wake up in the morning and start your day. You can choose, the mindset you want to have, how you want to treat yourself, the things you want to tell yourself. You can choose how you want to carry yourself, the things you want to tell yourself about yourself, the story you want to tell yourself about yourself. And we don't do victim stories where you catch yourself saying, well, this and this happened to me and that's why I'm like this, because you can hang that up. And I'm not telling you that to hurt your feelings or whatever, or to shake your reality, but I'm telling you that because you're made for so much more than that. You're made for so much more than that. Oh, well, this happened to me, so that's why I'm like this. You could be so much more than that, than just what that person did, because they're a fucking idiot. Your expansion and your growth and your self-discovery and all those things that you could do and all those things that are in you are limitless, absolutely limitless. The possibilities, the potential you have is just boundless. And you have to let yourself realize that, and you have to let yourself understand that, and you have to let yourself see that. If you have to go in baby steps, then do baby steps. It's okay. You're a soul that goes on forever. You got time. You got time to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't put limits on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself about, oh, I haven't figured it out yet, blah, blah. No. No more limits. No more limits, okay? This is serious talk. This is deep shit. We're going to get into some real topics here. We're going to get into some real concepts. We're going to change your brain, okay? And we're going to soothe your nervous system. We're going to recalibrate you. We're going to get you back in your body. We're going to get you taking over your life and being in control of your life, and being in control of how you handle things and how you take things, how you process it. You're going to hold the reins in all of those situations for yourself. You may not be able to control every single thing that happens to you or for you, right? Got people that say that. Well, stuff does happen for you. It's tricky sometimes, but you may not be able to control the stuff that's coming at you, but you can control how you handle it, and how to take care of your nervous system so that you don't go crazy, and you can control how you're going to go about it, and how you're going to bounce back, and how you're going to look when you bounce back, and who you're going to be. And that's the most important thing in the world that you can control is who you're going to be. You get to decide what that looks like. People have, they aspire to certain things, certain images, certain characteristics, certain personalities. Oh, I wish I could be like so and so. I wish I could dot dot dot. You wish, you wish, you wish. You could, you could, you could. But you have to give yourself a chance to try that. You have to give yourself a chance to try. You see what I mean? Like people always say, oh, I wish dot dot dot. Well, yeah, you can wish or you can do. And you have to give yourself a chance to see that you can trust yourself, and that you have your own back, and that you can make an investment in yourself, and see the return of that investment, and see, oh wow, shit, I can do something. This is like anything else. It's the same shit as anything else. This would be just the same as sitting there, eating lunch in Starbucks or something, or eating a snack or something, and saying, okay, what am I going to do with my life? What can I do? What can I do? And you decide to take a class. You're going to be a medical assistant or some shit like that. You make the decision right then and there. Well, I'm gonna do this. Let me do this and see how this goes. And you're going to sign up for the class. You go sign up for the class. You get your books. You're like, all right, this is my chance. I'm paying for it myself, so I got to take it seriously. This is my chance. I got to make this right. I got to do it right. Let me get a STEM certificate and get a better paying job. And you're going to do that. And you set yourself to it. And you set yourself to that standard. And you say, okay, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make it happen. You do the class. The weeks go by. You take the test. You're studying. You're studying. You're doing your best. You're on it. You're on it. You're on it. You don't miss any class. You don't miss any tests. You don't miss any deadlines, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end of and then you got like 2 weeks left in the course, and like everything's real good. You got it down. The rest of it's easy shit. The instructor's just tying up loose ends, teaching you, just like polishing y'all up and stuff like that. But you pretty much know your shit now. And then you do the final exam, and you get, an 87 or a 95 or whatever. And you do the exam, you pass it, you get your damn certificate. Now you've got your certificate. You've done it. You did it. You finished the course. Do you see what I mean? You held yourself to that standard and said, okay, no, I can't fuck around with this. I got to do this right. I got to do it. I got to do it, because my future is at stake or whatever, right? Because it is. And you hold yourself to that standard. You hold yourself accountable, and you do the damn class, and you finish the class, and you get the certificate, and you're done, and you got it under your belt. Now you know your shit. Now you can go get the job as a medical assistant, and you can say, look, I made a 95 on my exam. There it is. Hire my ass. And you get the job, and you, ta-da, now you got a new car and everything else. Because you got better paid. You see what I mean? Like, if you can show yourself, if you can just give yourself a chance to prove to yourself that you know your shit, you know what you can do, if you just hold yourself accountable and you keep at it, and don't give up, you can reach, damn gnats, you can reach whatever goal you want to reach. Not just medical assistant. I was thinking about doing medical assistant one time. That's why I mentioned that. I did pharmacy tech instead. I don't know. But, so holding yourself accountable and trusting yourself and showing yourself that you can trust yourself to do this shit and to get through it and to push yourself and be mature and make the right choices and say, well, I could be doing this tonight. My friends want me to go out, blah, blah, blah. But, I need to study for this exam. I gotta knock it out. I got a 78 on the last one. I'm trying to get like a 90 on this one. So I got to stay in and study, and you make yourself make the right choices, and you choose to do that every day. You choose, could I, fuck around, or could I study for this exam and kill it and be able to brag about my score and my GPA once I'm done with this class? Do you want to be able to brag about it? Do you want to be able to look back and say, yeah, man, I killed that. I didn't just pass. I passed with flying colors. I soared. So to hold yourself to a certain standard and to decide what that standard is that you're going to hold yourself to is the whole idea. That's the magic of it, is you get to choose who the hell you're going to be, what the hell you're going to look like, how you're going to carry yourself, what you're capable of, what you put out in the world and what you show the world and what you show yourself of what you're capable of. If I decide I'm going to be a yoga instructor and I say, well, all right, well, how do I do that? Well, I got to do my damn yoga. And you do that every week. And every week you stick with it. You set aside an hour, 30 minutes, whatever. and you study it. You study the schools of yoga, you study the chakras, you study the etheric bodies, you study blah, 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 and you decide which school of yoga is best for you, Bhakti yoga or whatever. Mine's probably Bhakti, I don't know. But, you get all that shit down little by little. Every week you pick a new topic to study. Every week you do a new move, a new pose, and you get that down, and you release into it, and you let it take over, and you let it calm your nervous system, and you let it calm your spirit, and you let the magic of yoga do that for you, and you become one with it, right? And then you keep doing that. You do your yoga course, you do your teacher's course, you get your 200 hours, 400 hours, whatever you want to do, right? And then at the end of it, you've mastered it, and you've got it, and you can open your own studio and start teaching it. You held yourself every day. You chose to say, okay, this is the goal I have in mind. This is who I want to be. I'm just going to do it. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you can be whoever the hell you want to be. You can be whoever the hell you want to be. But you've got to take yourself seriously enough and respect yourself seriously enough. And a lot of people have a problem with self-love. Well, I don't love myself. I don't want to, we've all been there, right? So you don't have to jump in and say, okay, I'm going to love myself and do this. Because sometimes that feels like a lie, because your brain is so programmed to think a certain way that you have a problem telling yourself with the mantras, in the mirror every morning, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself. Because it sounds like a lie, because you haven't been doing that. You haven't been saying that to yourself for however many decades. You have to start small. It's a little bit at a time. So when people talk about self-love, I'm like, all right, that's hard for some people to just jump into that. It's hard. It was hard for me. I felt like a damn liar when I was sitting there saying, I'm a fantastic person. That felt like a damn lie. It took a long time to get past that. So what I like to start with is little steps like, I'm going to have respect for myself today by doing this. Boom. And you pick one task or one move or one thought process or one mantra or whatever, and you just do something small but meaningful. And that can be whatever you want it to be. It's different for everybody, so I can't tell you what that is. But something small and meaningful to you to get you doing your baby steps on that way. And then that's how you can choose every little bit of the way who you're going to be and how you're going to be and what kind of person you're going to be and how people are going to... we can't control how people see you, but you can control, how you come into a room, how you present yourself, things like that. And people can take it or leave it, for real. People can take it or leave it. There's people that hate me. Like, I don't even know why. I mind my own fucking business. But no matter how I present myself, there's always going to be some bitch that can't stand me. So you can't worry about that. Just can't. There's too much shit to do. You know what I mean? You got business to do. Business to take care of. So that's why I think people lose their way when they're starting out from ground zero and they set a big ass goal for themselves, and they fumble a lot along the way because they're figuring out, and then some time goes by and they haven't figured it out yet because they've been hard on themselves, and they're like, well shit, maybe I can't reach that goal. That was fucking stupid. Why did I set that goal for myself? I can't even do it. And then they're tearing themselves apart over some shit that they shouldn't be. Well, really, they need to just set little goals and be like, I'm going to do this. Okay, I got to fix my credit score. How do I do that? I'm going to get a little credit card, $200 limit, and I'm just going to do that. And I'm just going to put $5 here, $5 there on it and pay that. And start small. And before you know it, eventually they'll extend it to $1,000 or whatever it is, because you did the small steps to build yourself up. You can't just jump in with some $10,000 loan if you're not there yet. That's it. So in this course, what I'm going to show you is one of the things I'm going to show you is how to make small goals for yourself so that you can become the person you want to become. You want to be a bad bitch after leaving the narcissist? Hell yes. That's what this is about. So, but it's a lot of small steps, because like I say, you're having to rebuild yourself entirely. And even though, and you might be in a position where you feel like you've done a lot of the work on your own, you're feeling pretty good about yourself, you just want to iron out some wrinkles and polish a couple of the corners, then that's fine too. That's fine. You don't have to be rock bottom to do this course. You don't have to be. It's okay if you are. If you're feeling rock bottom and you want to do this course, then do it. It's fine. I don't have any requirements here. You feel like it's right for you, go for it. So when you decide, like ask yourself, who is it that you want to be? How do you want to enter a room? What do you want to be known for? Um, what kind of a mindset do you want to have? Ask yourself, like, the perfect mindset to have, or like if you could be the best version of yourself, well, what would that look like? Something tangible, something, be practical with yourself. Not because you don't think you can reach the real goal at the end, but because you have to be nice to yourself and be fair to yourself after everything you've been through. Be fair to yourself and say, okay, let me set a small ass goal for myself just so I can get my bearings and figure out what the fuck I'm doing and figure out what direction I want to go in. And you set a little goal for yourself to get a feel for it, and to get a feel for what it feels like to trust yourself, to set the goal, do what it takes to reach it, practice the self-discipline, practice the whatever, and get there and say, wow, yeah, I did it. And you can do that with anything. So in this course, you're going to ask yourself, okay, who do I want to be? Without limits, without strings attached, without worrying about money or looks or any of that. What kind of a person do I want to be? What kind of a vibe do I want to give off? You start with that. What kind of a vibe do I want to give off? And you decide what that's going to be, what that would look like, who you'd want to be. Oh, I wish I could be such and such type person. Lock in on that. Lock in on that and say, okay, what's one small step I could do today to start being that person, to become that? What's one small thing I can do to start working towards that today, that image? And that's whatever. You want to start exercising, you want to start changing the story you tell yourself about yourself so you're not stuck in victimhood or whatever anymore. Do that. You want to be playful and fun and lighthearted. What would that require for you? You want to cut your hair short. You want to change how you dress so that you change how you feel about yourself, because the way you dress is going to make you feel a certain way about yourself, right? Because that you can get the outside to match the inside without even trying. You want to pick up a hobby that teaches you patience. Build something with your hands, make jewelry. That's what I do, right? Like these. Decide what it's going to be and do baby steps so you're not tearing yourself up over, fumbling. Do you know what I mean? And you can do that, and there's no time limit here. So there's something to be stressed about if you don't reach a goal or whatever, or if you need to slow down, or if you need to change it or something like that, or tweak it. That's fine. And recovering from an ex-narcissist, I'm telling you what, you can't put a time limit on that, because there's so much about yourself that you have to rediscover all over again, and there's so much about yourself that you have to revive. Like, they squash your dreams, and they squash your hobbies and things that you love, and they make you stop talking to your friends, because your friends are a bad influence on you, and some narcissists, they're so good at it, they'll cut you off from your own relatives and all kinds of shit. I've heard all kinds of stories from clients about how a narcissistic partner will, like, just dip their hands in your life and just scramble that shit up. They do. So, and I've been lucky enough to be part of some real and true recovery stories, and I am hugely honored and humbled and proud of that. Hugely humbled by that, because I got to see some beautiful growth, and I continue to do so. And I'm every time a woman chooses me to be her mentor and signs up for my program, and I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be another story of this woman pulling herself out of the depths and becoming just a lotus, you know what I mean? And just growing in ways that she would have never imagined. And I get to be part of that. And it's just the most humbling shit ever. It really is. So I'm always, every time I get that email, you made a sale, and it's a 12-week, I'm like, oh my God, yes. Because I get to witness that. So it's just, I don't know. I'm just so glad I chose this. I'm just so glad I chose this word. So, without getting choked up, my point is, that you get to choose your journey, you get to choose how you go about it, you get to choose how long you want to take on each step, you get to choose who you want to be. So you're going to ask yourself who you want to be and what small steps you can take to get there. Okay? And there is no limit on this. And like I say, even though the narcissist knocked you down, which, and I know they did, I know he did, but even though he has done that, you are still going to be the victor, because when you come out the other side, when you're on the other side of it, you're just going to be unstoppable. You're going to be absolutely unstoppable, because you rebuilt yourself from, for lack of a better way to put it, in a lot of cases, a lot of women rebuild themselves from nothing. There are some women that are so depressed and so like overcome and so seemingly conquered by the narcissistic ex's abuse and mistreatment, that they just lay in bed and cry all day and don't go to work and don't whatever, don't eat, whatever, all the rest of it, right? And that's hugely damaging. But when you hit rock bottom like that, like I say, the only way to go is up. The only way to go is up. And you get to decide how you want to do it. And even though the goal person that you want to become might seem far away and might seem well, damn, how long is that going to take, or what kind of work is this going to entail, and it seems daunting. But if you can just give yourself a chance to trust yourself with little goals, and just be kind to yourself with little goals, and just gently push yourself into things that you think you're not ready for, but it doesn't hurt to try anyway, and just kind of push yourself past your boundaries a little bit. Every boundary that you push yourself past and prove to yourself that you're okay and that you can do it, that is a victory against the ex-narcissist, because what he wants is for you to be squashed forever, because that's how he wins, because he can't do life normally like the fucking rest of us. So that's how he's going to operate. So as long as he knows that you're crying in bed, not wanting to live and stuff like that, or feeling bad about things, or wondering where you went wrong, and your life is like blah, that's what he wants. So to defeat that, and to defeat him and come out the victor, you're going to start loving yourself, taking care of yourself, setting goals for yourself, proving to yourself who and what you are and what you can do, and your potential, and your capabilities, and everything inside, and everything within you that is just limitless. The possibilities are endless. And each time that you reach a goal for yourself, no matter how small it is, every time you reach a goal for yourself, you're going to say, you know what? That's one little victory. That's one victory. I'm going to write that down. That gets documented. Write yourself a damn certificate for it. I don't care. You reached a goal. So what? You reached a goal, and you ate a healthy meal today when you've been eating like shit because you've been depressed. You ate a healthy meal. You had a salad. You had an avocado sandwich. You had a veggie burger or whatever. You made yourself some real good beef roast and some wine. That's good. I don't eat meat anymore, but so, but that's a goal. You reach that goal. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. And so it's okay to do that. So that's how we're going to start this course. This is just a little intro video to give you an idea of the stuff we're going to be doing. And I've got some questions written down here of ideas, concepts we're going to go over. Each one of these is going to be its own video. The videos are probably going to be right around an hour long. So this is going to be a little bit, for $50 pre-sale, this is going to be a jam-packed ass course. It's going to be loaded. So $50 is pretty damn good considering all the shit that's going to be in here. This is a lot. So this is probably going to be at least 10 hours of video, if not more. And I'm doing this as video instead of writing it like some of my other courses, because I can get it out to you faster if I do it in video. Writing takes me longer because I go back and I read it 20 times to make sure I've worded it just right. But if I do video, I just do it. We just do this intuitively, and I just say it. And once I'm done recording and I click stop and I upload it, that's it. I'm not redoing it. There's no way. And I don't go back and watch my damn videos. Never. So I'm not correcting this or like preening this, just I'm just going to record it and that's it. And then it's done. So $50 pre-sale. And then while I'm working on the course, once I'm done with the course and then it's time to release it, all the people who signed up ahead of time and paid the $50 will get the course for $50. As soon as it's done, they'll get the link, which would probably take me like the rest of the week. And then once I've released it, let's say I release it Friday. Once I release it on, for example, Friday, anyone who buys it that day or after that would pay the $100, the full price, because they didn't do the early bird thing. But that's all it is. It's just like a pre-sale price of $50. So if you want to sign up now, pay the pre-sale price for $50, and then once I'm done with it, you'll get it. And then anybody else after that is $100, because I'll change it on the website, so y'all will know. But I'm not promising it'll be Friday. I'm just saying that it's an example. But so this is just an idea of the kind of things we're going to go over. And I'm going to read this list here of questions. Well, actually, I'll just read you the thing from my website so you can see what this is about. This is for the woman who has left her ex-narcissist behind and is ready to rebuild and become the bad bitch she's always been inside. Let the games begin. If you're ready to restructure, reprogram, revive, and reinvent, this course is for you. What you need to do is decide who you're going to be. Are you going to be unstoppable? Are you going to be seen and heard? Are you going to be glamorous? Are you going to be utterly confident? Are you going to be careful about your safety? Are you going to be on the lookout for the kind of partner you want now? Are you going to believe in yourself and all your pursuits? Are you going to be loyal to the people who had your back through all the turmoil? Are you going to set a good example for whoever admires you? Are you going to talk to yourself like the champion you are? And then, there's going to be more than that, but that's the general idea. So that's the stuff we're going to go over. Plus, I'll probably add some extra things I'm thinking of already. I got to write down so I don't forget. But I don't know where my notebook is. So that's the general idea. And you're just going to restructure yourself and learn how to rebuild yourself after getting away from that person. And you get to choose how badass you're going to be, like on a scale of 1 to 10. How badass do you want to be? And your answer better be 12. So, because that's where we're going with this. So, this is the intro for the course. I'm going to leave it at that. 27 minutes is long enough. I'm going to start recording. So, get ready, and I'll see you.